Hey everyone, it's More Crafts back for another video. So this is episode number 6, and you're getting me kind of early. It is Thursday morning, about 5:50. The reason why I'm doing the video now is because I didn't sleep last night and I'm not going to go to bed because Mom and I will be leaving to run some errands about 10:30, and there's just no sense when it's almost 6 o'clock. I'd only get about 4.5 hours of sleep. So I figured I would do this video now. I do not really have a lot to show you. I have one finished object, but I'm gonna frog it. I don't like it, so I am going to frog it and reclaim the yarn and make something else with the yarn. So I still have my King Granny Square blanket that I have not touched literally in months. Feels like months. So the blanket was going to be for my ex-boyfriend, but we're not together anymore. So I was already like 2 rows into it when we broke up, and I decided that it is going to go to my mom's best friend. So I have 3 completed rows on it. I need to do, it's going to be 8 squares across by 7 squares down. So I still have 4 rows to do on it. But her birthday is in May. I think my mom said May 7th is her birthday. So I want to finish it for her birthday. So it's a priority, but not a high priority, if that makes sense. And then the other blanket I have going on, I have a lot of blankets going on, but the other major big one is my big border blanket, and that's the one I'm using the Red Heart Retro stripes in. And it is for myself, and it's getting warmer here some days, and it's no longer a couch blanket, or it hasn't been a desk project for quite a while. But it's definitely a bed project, pretty much. And then I finally pulled out, I have a lot of magic cakes that I was using for my Graham's smooth tiles blanket that I finished for her, the King one. And I made a lot of magic cakes with my scrap balls. Well, since Graham's blanket is finished, I have a lot of magic cakes left over. So I pulled out my double strand blanket again and just put that on my shelf. And that's just going to be mainly for scraps. And then I have yarn picked out for a... So I have a notebook that I'm trying to keep better track. I didn't really do it in January, but I started this month. So on the top of the page, I have February 2023, and then I have finished objects on one side and whips on the other side of the same page. And I used pen to number it, and I use a color or a lead pencil so that I could erase it if need be. So, in that said notebook, you know what? Why don't I just go over and get it? Might be a little bit easier to explain. So I will pause you guys and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is my notebook. It is very boring on the front. I did get stickers in the mail from my mom from Wish. There's skulls, and there's some llama ones, and I'm just gonna decorate my front. I haven't done it yet, but I will show you when I'm done. I actually thought about, instead of doing stickers, when I was in school, I used to draw a lot. Because I was a good kid in school, I didn't get into any trouble and stuff, and a lot of the time I did my homework, before the end of class, so I had a lot of time on my hands, and I used to draw. I had somebody steal. I used to read a lot when I was in school too, and I had somebody steal a couple books from me and steal some of my stuff from school, so I would draw eyeballs on computer paper, and then I would post them. I would tape them all over my binder and stuff, and I would put right in the middle of it, "I'm watching you," to freak them out a little bit, just because. First of all, when I was in school, I loved to draw eyes. Eyes was my number one thing that I used to draw, and I still doodle a little bit to this day, and it's mostly eyeballs. I have my sketchbook that I have behind my. There's only. Well, I can rip that out of here. But there's only one eyeball in it, and that's that one right there. And for some reason, I always made them crying. But I just really like to doodle sometimes, so I always have that back here. But anyway, so this notebook is my, crochet projects, and it has this, folder, in the front. So what I did last night and a majority of today was I want to get back into making amigurumis. I do need a lot of them for some of my charities, and I actually found. So last year I ended up losing a charity, because the lady that I tried to get a hold of her for months and months. Not months, but maybe a month. I tried to get a hold of her to give her items, and she never called me back. And then in January, after the holidays were over, she called me, and she's like, "Sorry I didn't get your message." And I'm like, "I left you 4 or 5 messages. How do you not get them?" But anyway, so I wanted to get back into amigurumis, and for a while there, I had Mom and I, I cut strips of paper and put them in a tote or a little Tupperware container, and then Mom picked them out. But I have a much easier way of doing that now, because I have 3 Tupperware containers over there, and I'm not using them. So what I did last night and this morning was I wrote down every single amigurumi that I want to make, from Ravelry to Etsy to YouTube. Those were my 3 main sources of patterns. And by the time I had finished writing everything down, I ended up with 240 amigurumis that I want to make. Now, some of these animals I have already made. I've made several of Katie Did's patterns from Etsy and TikTok. I follow her everywhere, I think. I have a lot of her patterns on here, and I have a lot of Grayson yarns, and hey, Mom.
Are you doing a video?
Yeah, but you can come in, they can't see you. So I have a ton of I have Jess Huff, I have Katie, just all kinds of patterns. So I wrote them down on this piece of paper and stapled them together. And so now I had Mom, since she's my helper, picker, whatever. I I had her download the number generator on her phone, random number generator on her phone, and had her pick, I think, what was it, like 4?
Yeah.
I had her pick 4 amigurumis that I was going to make. So the first one she picked was the Hippo by Grayson Yarns. And the pattern is done in white and purple. And I really like that combo, so I have the yarn over there on the shelf picked out for that one. And then the second one she picked, let me find it. The second one she picked was Frog, and it's on YouTube. It's a video tutorial. It's by AMIVUI Studio. I'm not gonna say it because I'm not butchering it, and I probably will, and I don't understand how it says. The next one she picked, the third one she picked, is Daisy. It's a doll, but it's a flower. It's the head is like a flower. It's a daisy, and I have a lot of her patterns. Like I have her too, and that's by Odinka. And the patterns that I talked to you about today, I will share in the description box below. And then the last one I cannot share with you because it is in a book that I have. That's another thing I went through. And I basically wrote down every single animal that was in the book because I want to do them all. Now some of them I have already done. Like I've done the duck, I've done the hippo a couple times, I've done the rhino. Mom's belly's over there making some noises. But anyway, so I just had her download the random number generator, and that's just how we're gonna go through it that's just how we're gonna do it from now on. And then this is my finished objects, which I only have 4 finished objects. But the one object I am going to frog and do something else with the yarn. And then I have 14 whips. The last 4 of them I have not started. 2 of them are almost done. And so yeah, and some of them are really old. So this is going to help me a lot better than what I originally was doing. I was originally writing like everything down from like the pattern to the hook size. And I don't know why I did that, because 9 chances out of 10 when I'm working on something, I can pretty much figure out the hook size. Like I remember what hook size I'm using. Especially because I usually make amigurumis, which I usually use a 3.75 for those. And my blankets, I usually use a 6 for those, no matter what stitch pattern I'm using or whatever. I'm usually using a 6. And my double strand crochet blankets I use for scraps, I use an 8mm hook for those. That's the hook that seems to best work with my tension. So, let's get into... So I have 4 projects, 3 projects in work in progress. I have 2 almost finished, and then I have 1 that 2 I haven't even started yet. But anyway, so the first one is I started a granny square blanket, a small granny square blanket. So this is just 5-row granny squares. I'm using a 6mm hook. And it's 7 squares across. 7 squares across. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I keep leaving 1 square undone on the end. And I'm putting 1 row on and then weaving the ends in. So I have all these ends from the second row. So this is probably going to be a nursing home blanket once I get it finished, whenever that may be. Because for a while there, I kind of lost my crojo, didn't I, Mom?
Yes.
There was like, I don't know how many days do you think I didn't crochet for?
Quite a bit.
Like a week maybe that I didn't crochet like at all.
Maybe.
So I'm just working on that like whenever, because I won't donate anything else to the nursing home until like November of this year. So the next project that I am working on is a granny square blanket, baby blanket, and I'm using the number generator for this one too on my phone. So the first color is gray, or the first color that I picked was gray, and I have in my crochet case the number of the colors, but I don't know it offhand. So it picked 3 rows of gray and 4 rows of the orange. And then I'm also using white and brown for this blanket. So it's going to be very random how many rows goes on this at a time. I'm trying to keep my yarn. But I got a cart off of Wish. Or no, it was Amazon. It was Amazon. I had gotten a cart off of Amazon, and I thought it was going to be a decent sized. Well, it's very, very small.
It's a midgie.
It's a very, very small cart. I can literally pick it up and carry it out in the living room. But I decided, I had some of my projects on that cart, but I decided to use that cart for my sewing stuff. So yeah, that cart is, yeah, so it's very small. It's perfect for all of my sewing stuff. So, and then this is my last, like, works. This is my last start that I started. Nothing really to look at other than a brim of a hat. And this is going to be the paw print one, the black and the green.
Yes.
It's going to be a paw print mosaic hat. I made a heart one, and she uses DK weight yarn to begin with, but she wants you to do like 80 some, 90 some rows for these hats, and I did 72 because it had to be in multiples of 12, I think. And she wanted you to do 84 stitches, I think, for the one hat and 96 stitches for the other one. And that was way too big. I mean, so I did 60. I mean, you can't really tell what it looks like, but I did 60 for this. And it is a little snug. But the last one I did was so loose that a heavy windstorm probably could blow your hat off your head, no lie. It would be really great if you had a lot of hair. But if you have like hair like me, probably wouldn't be the best hat. So I did 60, and I was gonna start a skeleton cat hat because these patterns are by Crochet at Terry's on Ravelry. She has a lot of mosaic patterns. I bought 3 of her patterns, and she also has matching cows and matching fingerless mitts. So I'm using black, and the paw print is going to be the secondary color is going to be green, which I think that'll be the outline of the paw print, I think is how that one is. And use a 4mm hook for the brim, and then you switch to a 5mm. Now I'm going to show you some of the things that are almost finished. So I have a couple things coming. Well, not yet. I haven't ordered them yet, but I'm in dire need of safety eyes, especially 14 and 16 millimeter eyes. Just because a lot of the amigurumis I make, they tend to use 15 millimeter eyes, but most of the time when I look online, I can't find just 15 millimeter safety eyes. It's either 14 or 16. So I have some of them in my wish cart, and I will be ordering them whenever I can. So, but I have. Here's my case. Isn't it pretty? My mom got me this off of Wish. It's a heck of a lot prettier in person than it was on the actual site.
Mm-hmm.
But I can put this back on my shelf. I lost the body part. So I have a Hippity Hop bunny. It is by Katie. Katie Dids Crafts. She's on Etsy. She has a couple patterns on Ravelry, but most of her patterns are on Etsy. I have a lot of her patterns. I really do like her patterns. And this one is the Hippity Hop. It will be linked in the description box below. So I have all of his body parts here. The only thing I have to make yet is his head. So like that's the body. Here's an arm, an ear. There's a leg. There's another leg. There's a tail. There's an arm. Here's another ear. So yeah, the only thing I have to do yet is his head. And then I can put him together. I probably will not be getting to him for a little bit because like I said, the reason why I'm doing this video now is because I'm probably going to crash early tonight because I stayed up last night. And then the only thing I have to do is I made a hatching chick by Katie Dids Crafts. And the only thing I gotta do is stuff it and finish him off. And all of his body parts are done. His beak, his wings, his feet, and I have nothing sewed on him yet, so it looks just like a weird yellow blob. I gave him gold eyes. I tried to put kawaii eyes on him, but Mom said he did not look right.
You look like you was drugged or something.
So I have to figure out what I can use my kawaii eyes for, because I have quite a bit of them. I ordered them off of Wish, and I have a lot of them. I have I think I have 100 pair. Maybe I need to make some of Rel's octopi. They would probably.
I just didn't want the poor little duck looking like he was on speed or something.
So I think that's what might be what I have to do. Just make some octopi and put my kawaii eyes on, because. So the next thing I'm going to be working on is yet another blanket. And, this one is by, it's by Sandra Paul, and she's, behind cherryheart.co.uk, and it was a crochet along at one time, and I've had this pattern printed out for quite a while, but it's Nature's Walk, and this is the pattern. Or this is what it looks like when it's done. So, I picked out, Mom, let me refresh that. Mom picked out the colors. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares to do, and I have to make 8 of each square. So, and then at the back of the pattern, it tells you how to lay them out. So that's nice. At least that tells me. And then there's a really, really nice border around it. There's the border. Isn't that pretty? So this is definitely going to be a start. I've been wanting to do this pattern for a while. And then the colors Mom chose are this, like, I think this is, it's Red Heart, maybe Jade, maybe. And then this is also, I think this is a Big Twist. Like I said, I rolled all of my yarn into cake, so I threw all the labels away. This is purple. This is not blue. This is purple. And then this is like a denim color. And then this is pale yellow. This is like a coral. It's a little bit lighter than it is on camera. And then she picked red. And this like blushy pink. So those are all the colors for this blanket that she chose. And then she's going to have to pick another color for the border, but we will cross that bridge whenever we get there. Okay, so this is also going to be like a Whip Wednesday video, just because it is kind of like Thursday into Wednesday, or Wednesday into Thursday. And what I have been working on today is me and Mom have been busy little bees lately. We have been busy prepping stuff for my live sale, another live sale, which will be number 2 on the 28th of this month, which is next Tuesday, or this coming up Tuesday. 5 days from now. It is at 4 o'clock. This time instead of 5, because I have a lot more stuff to show this time than I did the last time. What's going to be in this one is going to be polymer crochet hooks with clay. The handles are made with clay. I have stitch markers, I have bracelets, I have earrings, I have bookmarks, I have notion pouches, I have bags. And what I'm going to show you now is, I have been busy making stitch marker sets. And I want to show you some of these because I tried to post it on Facebook, but I'm not really sure people understand exactly what I'm trying to say. So I figured I would show you some examples so that you have a better understanding of what I'm trying to say. So what I mean by stitch marker sets these are actually hook size sets. So as you know, some people go by the millimeter, like 5 millimeter, 6 millimeter, 7 millimeter. Some people go by the letter H, I, J, K. And I make beaded stitch markers with hook reminders on them. So like this set right here is all of the numbers, and yes, some of them are backwards, but it goes from 7, or no, not 7. 7 comes way after. So it's 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, and 8. This is a whole set. I can do custom orders. I can do custom colors. If you want 2 5s, 2 6s, a 7, and an 8, I can do that. I can do any color you want. And, and a whole set is $18. Yeah, so this is a whole set of
shipping.
And that includes shipping too. Thanks for reminding me, Mom. Yeah. I don't use these too much because, like I said, I pretty much understand what I'm doing. Unless I'm doing a new project and I just start it and I put it down like shortly right after I start it. That's the only time I really need one of these. But it is nice to have them on hand. So I have this blue and light gray. It almost looks white, but it's actually gray. And then I have number sets. Or, no, not numbers. This is letters. I'm getting all mixed up. So this is a letter set, and these are in rainbow colors. So we have they're rainbow with white letters. So this one is H, F, E, G, M, and L. And I can do sets like this too. And I can also do sets that have like 6 different color combinations done. Here is another set. So this one is an F, a K, an H, an N, an M, and an I. I'm in the process right now of making more number sets because I have only one set of those. And then this one is a G, H, I, J, K, and L. And this one is green and yellow. And this other one here is it's actually an olive green with a sparkly turquoise tealy color. And then this one is another turquoise, but it's with light gray. So this is an H, an L, an M, an I, an N, and an F. And then I have one more set, and so this one is olive with white, and it's I, K, G, E, J, and L. And like I said, I can definitely put these like any color. If you want 6 different color combinations, I can do that. They are very customizable. I can do 2 H's, an I, J, K, and an L. And I can basically do any combination you want, any color combination. You'll just have to let me know. So that's what I have been working on tonight. Like I said, I'm hoping to have 10 sets, including these ones, so it'll be 10 sets altogether. I need to do 4 more sets of numbers, and I have the colors picked out for those ones as well. If I can find them here. So the next set I'm gonna do is this like brown color with this like purpley mauve color. And then I'm going to do this really pretty sparkly green with this sparkly gray. And then I'm going to do this purple color. It's actually like a burgundy with this really neon green. And then I'm going to do these beads. Now these beads are pretty cool because sometimes you look at them, they're gold. Other times you look at them, they're green. And sometimes you look at them, you have to get them in the right light, and they almost look like pink rose gold. It doesn't have a name on them. It just has a number, and I don't know the number. And this color here, I'm going to put purple for I haven't decided what's going to be what yet, but that's what I've been working on. So I can't wait for me and Mom are excited about our live sale that we're having. Aren't we, Mom?
Yes, we are.
She really enjoyed doing the live sale the last time, and so did I. Like I said, it is probably going to be longer than an hour because I have so much more stuff to show. I have about, 22 bags?
Something like that.
I have like 22 big bags. I'm going to have, 19 Notion pouches?
Yeah, you're going to have about 22 stitch markers.
I'm going to have about 22 or so stitch markers, couple bracelets, earrings.
Some bookmarks,
polymer clay handles, some stitch marker sets. So I'm going to have a whole different inventory than I did the first live. So if you can come and join us, that would be great. We would really appreciate you coming. And even if you can't, make a purchase, you could just chill and hang out and maybe share the video with other people, just so more people will come and join. But I think that's everything. I have to get some orders packaged up and ready to go, so I'm going to do that after I do this video. But I think that's everything that I have to tell you guys and talk to you guys about. Be on the lookout for a video done at Graham's this weekend. Since I got my computer or my sister got my computer up and running. I just have to try to get my camera hooked up. Now my pap has a camera for the computer, so I don't know if I'll have to use that one or if I can use mine. But I guess I'll figure that out when I go down to Grandpa's tomorrow, since it is Thursday. I think that's pretty much it. So I've talked to you guys for almost 40 minutes. I was not planning on this video being very long, but I know I've been kind of MIA lately, and that's because I really don't have a whole heck of a lot to show you guys anymore like I used to. Mom's getting a little concerned because I'm not crocheting as much, and she thinks I'm gonna stop completely. I'm not. I just want to do other stuff for a little bit. I still crochet every once in a while. I mean, it's definitely not like it was, but I don't know what else to say about it. I guess I'm just kind of in a funk right now. I just want to do other things. Like let's just put it out. Let's just throw it out here. Let's put all my cards on the table. I enjoy sewing, but I'm starting to feel the pressure. I still have 8 Notion pouches to sew before Tuesday. So I will not be getting to them tonight. So I'm gonna have to buckle down and get them done either Sunday night or Monday night. And I might be able to sew. I might have to stay up Monday night and get the rest of my stuff done. Thankfully, Mom has been a huge help with helping me mark everything and label everything and tag everything. So she's been a big help.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Because she is the one that puts the numbers on everything and tags everything and puts the labels on everything. I do the crafting. She does more of the secretary work. So she's definitely a big help. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope everybody has a great Thursday.
And see you Tuesday.
And come join us on Tuesday for a live sale. So I'm going to let everybody go. Have a great Thursday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.